Happy birthday, Mellie. So I'm going to do a 12-month reading for you, starting from this month, January. Yeah, we're still in January. So it's quite good having your birthday in January because it's for the rest of the year. So we'll do it in a natal chart system, starting from house 1, moving on. So, Mellie, happy birthday. Oh, we like birthdays, don't we? Very precious. So, what does... Right, let's have a look. So 12 cards. I always run out of space. and unicorns! A unicorn blessing. Whoops, what's going on here? A unicorn for each month. Why not? Right. Right, well, I'm going to do them this way. Oh. Well, it's very hard to do this. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just put 12. I might put them on the cards. Me fluffing about. Oops. Right. Unicorns. Okay, so honestly, move it off 12. Right. Gonna get a bigger desk. So for the birthday month, we have 9 of spells. So January is that magic protection month of putting magic around yourself and protection. So you might feel like on this solar return that things are quite difficult into kind of that you need that protection, that extra oomph. So this is quite good really. So doing more meditation, surrounding yourself with healing light, white light, and even empowering yourself to really understand that you can move through anything. Anything is absolutely possible to do so. So kind of have like she's almost like sprinkling magic salt and things like that. So really get into what we put on the outside is a kind of a reflection on the inside as well. So in your little altar, your work table or whatever, always make sure it's cleansed. I know you do that with sage anyway, but it's also good to do that beyond, like the windows and the doors, essence and all sorts of incense and essential oils and things like that, because it's almost like blessing your work area and kind of not spilling in your work into your personal life. I know that's very hard at home, and that's why I think it's best to put a barrier and move away from work area where you do other work as well, like playing and your tarot readings. So protection is really quite good as well, and it just kind of separates them in a way, and I think that'll help significantly, because you are working from home, and it's like just differentiating is special. But apart from that, putting magic in your life on your solar return is always a great idea to do so. So have the courage to go forward. Learn that it is a gift to have another birthday, definitely. So yay! So let's have a look at your unicorn for your wonderful day. Oh, so we have this forgive. It's time to let go of anger or blame. Oh, so forgiveness. Sometimes we need forgiveness, not only of ourselves but of others and our circumstances. Sometimes when we have a birthday, it is a hard day because it's almost like, oh, it should be special, I should be doing this, and it's not, and I have to do this, and all those terrible things like work, or you haven't got time for a partner or a really nice romantic meal or anything like that. It is really hard. So we have to forgive circumstances as well. I know when I'm having a birthday, I usually like to go away on holiday, but you know, it's an effort as well, isn't it? So sometimes we've just got to forgive the circumstances. But whatever in this January period, moving on to the next month, because you're starting on the 21st, and this is up until the 20th of February, so it is spilling into the February month. So kind of look at everything that you need to forgive. You know, sometimes we can charge through things, and that's very much in here. So the protection and the forgiveness is kind of together, to just protect yourself in a way that the child here has the innocence of forgiveness. So that's quite nice as well. Anger, blame, all that things. It is a nuisance when we're in this terrible lockdown situation and we can't do X, Y and Z. But it is what it is, I suppose. Right, moving into 20th of February and a little bit on. Right, again, with this unicorn with the forgiveness, this has come out in the Three of Challenges. So maybe this has a little bit of an aspect. If we kind of read it with the house system as well a little bit, we can see there's a pain surrounding possessions and money and things like that. So it's almost like, oh, maybe you wanted things of value even more, and it is a little bit tough at times. But sometimes we have to, it's almost like sacrificing money, isn't it? This dad had to get rid of Hansel and Gretel in the forest, and he's very, very upset. So if things have, you know, like a big expenditure has to happen, you know, something breaks down or something, that, you know, but it does show here that there is a certain amount of pain. So it could just generally mean pain in general, emotional pain. So tapping into that now is always a good idea to release it. And I suppose that is going in with the forgiveness. Yeah, so it's sometimes interesting to have that card come up, because it just shows us we've still got a lot of pain to release. But on the brighter side, yay, thank you, unicorn, you are gifted. You are very intelligent and talented. So if we don't have pain, we can't have sympathy, compassion, empathy, all those things, not only for ourselves, but for other people's. So reminding yourself that you are gifted, and whatever you do, whether that's being a partner, tarot reader online, a worker, a sister, all these things, it is a gift. And it's a kind of aspect where we have to realise our gifts are many. You know, it's not even just the things that people think, it is the small things, you know. I certainly appreciate you. I think you're a wonderful gift to society and me and everyone else. So learning to appreciate yourself, it is also really, really valuable. You are loved, so this is the most important thing. And people who are lovable have obviously got a great gift. So just remember that, and the unicorn says it, so it is true. Thank you, unicorn. So now we're moving on to the 21st of February, March. Right, I'm just going to say March, you know where we are. So this is about communication, and it's the two of visions. So within communication, probably in March, or March itself, paying attention to your connection to partner shows that's a really good idea. Or connecting to another thing that you want to be connected to. So really express what you want from relationships in general, perhaps, but also how every form of communication is communicated. So doing online stuff, going on phones, work, all those types of things, but really paying attention to partners as well in March. And that connection will be very, very special. So I know it's very hard to have time for all this. It really is. Time is always a factor when we're trying to be self-employed as well as working and trying to do everything else. But staying connected emotionally is a very important aspect. Indeed, for everyone, no matter what time of day it is. So in March it says very soon. What you're asking for will happen soon in a happy way. Oh, that's nice. So if this is to do with deepening a relationship, or even just having that connection between two things, that's really true. So paying attention to perhaps collaborations, or I don't know, whatever connection that you want. Very soon things will explode for you, hopefully. And this unicorn does say very soon. So keep your vision and keep strong. Remember, you are gifted, and very soon things will happen. This can happen really, really fast if you let it. If we go back to your solar return with the 9 of spells, protect yourself to what you want, because you need protection sometimes, especially emotionally, and that does show with the 3 of swords. So emotionally, just connect with that aspect of love and protection. So you said you had some rose quartz, which you're probably still wearing, so really keep blessing that and keep holding it tight. Well, not tight, but you know, around you. Right, let's have a look at March, April. So we have the Ace of Challenges. So yeah, it's the Ace of Challenges is actually good. It means victory over what you need to aim for. So in this particular deck, it's the silver arrow always finds its mark. So and the white raven here is pure in their aim. So really pay attention to this month. April is always good with the Aries month. This is to do with home life as well. So it can be in the 4th position, but it's a month as well. So really aim in the home for what you're trying to achieve. Be victorious around that. Make your personal space again priority, because that's where you work, etc. So it's almost like, what are you trying to achieve as well? Having a look at Feng Shui, you know, I teach these things, but I don't practice it all the time. But you know, but it is like aspire in the home to kind of achieve what you really do want. in a pure Zen-like aspiration. But anything you really do want to aim for, it's a great month to do that, because it's Aries, I am, all that fire, so you can really aspire to be very, very great in this month. Very, very achieving. Yay! And unicorn is laughter. You need a good laugh. Yeah, don't we all? So laughter in this is maybe your aim is slightly off, and then you actually have humour with that, and then you get it right. So not kind of making fun of yourself, but not being too serious is always a good time to actually go. So that's a really good stance to take, having a good laugh. So make sure you laugh at yourself and others, and just generally have a lighter side. But you are victorious, and I think having a sense of humour is a great time to actually develop what you need to develop. That's a lovely month, definitely. So moving on from the end of April to the beginning of May. The wild world. Lovely. So this is the end of the journey, so to speak, or one of those soul lessons that have come about. So in May you can see you've achieved what you've set out to do. So you may obviously have to tie up loose ends and start again, but it's very quickly gone through the cycle of what you do want to achieve. So with understanding and a spiritual awareness, perhaps you've tapped into something that's really honourable for yourself. So hopefully you've done the forgiveness and seen that that is just a great lesson. Sometimes with the Three of Swords there, you can see that pain is still there, maybe to do with family and being alone at some stages. But at least that spiritual strength that you can have has made you come to a conclusion that, you know, you're never alone, and you never have to focus on pain and anguish, especially if we go through the lighter side and just forgive everything that comes up that's painful, just drop it, and that is what spiritual awareness can be like. It's like, okay, that's that, I'm bigger than that, I'll just drop it. So that's a kind of aspect you can adopt, a kind of, I am the world, I am the whole world, and what I tend to focus on now is really pure and great. Oh, that's brilliant. This card is always great to have, no matter what time of the year we're going through. So it's a definite yes. Wow, what a great month. The answer to your question is a strong yes. Wow. Wow. So maybe you are thinking of completing something, wrapping something up, whatever, or moving into something else. And this is a definitely positive yes. If you look at this month before, January, February, March, and that connection that you actually have between either two people or an aspect, an idea, whatever, this is coming to a head, so to speak, and that things are a yes. So depending on how quickly you can go through this, it is a yes. So really pay attention to that. We all like positive spins on things, definitely. So that's a nice unicorn there. They go very nice together, don't they? No, beautiful. Wow. So are we in June now? And yeah. So we have the Weaver of Boons. This is in a good placement about kind of responsibilities and things like that. So the Weaver of Boons is putting your future into action, which makes sense after the ending of that cycle. So we can now see a brighter future than ever before, and finances are going to improve. Yay! And other opportunities as well, depending on what it is that you're looking into your crystal ball and having a good look at. But definitely beautiful things are on offer to you, which is always a great aspect. Oh, brilliant. And also, if it's I forget where we are, is this June, May, June, June, it's a nice summer month, so really get out in nature, see those flowers, smell those flowers, have a different kind of aspect to what can inspire you by the simple things as well. And again, it says believe in yourself. See yourself doing well, and you will. Ta-da! So, end of a cycle and a beginning of another one, that you do believe in yourself. Doesn't matter what we have told ourselves in the past, you know, on a negative aspect. We need to believe that today is a new day, and what we think and believe is actually true. So it's always good to believe the greatness is around, definitely. So this is a belief card. Believe in yourself. It is going to happen. You just have to do the steps. See the vision for yourself, as in that card. Believe that it is happening right now. And let's face it, unicorns are always right. So they've painted the picture for you, and you've just got to take time to look at that picture and visualize it come true. Yay! We like that a lot. Right, are we in July? June, July. Ooh. Ah, right. So we have the Ten of Spells here in July. A little bit too much work and not enough play. Well, actually it was the opposite. These ladies have gone into the enchanted forest and had a very good time last night, and they're very tired, so they're going home to sleep it off. You may be working over too hard. This is in the 7th position in the solar system of relationships. So maybe being exhausted within, maybe overworking, and you're not spending enough time with relationships, or vice versa. So it's like too much energy is being expended, so to speak. So we haven't got time for relationships, perhaps. So putting the balance, it's always good to be pre-warned. So putting the balance back into life, sectioning things off, like I said before, with the protection, having work as work and play as play, and even alone time sometimes. So we're not burning out. We don't want to burn out. That's really bad. So yeah, putting things in balance. Having the energy to do so, definitely, but not burning out kind of aspect. And unicorn is happy thoughts. To feel happier right now, think about a memory or something else that makes you smile. Oh. So the unicorn is sitting in the clouds there. Oh, happy thoughts. So happy thoughts about all relationships, I suppose, is worth a thought. But yeah, sometimes with, because it is in the kind of partnership aspect with the 7th house, we need to stay true to happy memories of our relationships, and keep going back to that. Because if we put off what we could be doing today within relationships, then that's a bit sad, because it doesn't get done. So don't burn out, have time for everything, and be happy in the moment with each other. Happy things. Oh. Right, now we're in August. Wow, this year's going by very fast. Right, oh, the Green Mother. Well, this is an amazing placement. Some people think the 8th house is about mother, then more it's 4th house, because it's opposite 10th house. But this is to do in August about connecting to things of financial aspect. It is opposite also the 2nd house, which is about value and possessions. So how you value yourself as a giving person, how you value money coming in as well. You know, that's going to be interesting. So, because it's green as well, it's like the American saying is about money coming in. So we can see in August that if we look at money as being green, and it is about other people's money coming in. So hopefully August is going to be a very good time for money coming in. So you can kind of have that new growth, have that patience, have that understanding that things are coming into your life in a big way. So nurture what you do need, and actually see it happening, because a few months before we went through that cycle. So hopefully whatever you do want to achieve, it is definitely coming towards you in this particular month of August. I really like that. I do indeed. And it says, just be yourself. You're a great person enjoying being yourself. Oh, so we got the person on the little unicorn, noticing the flying peace bird. So being yourself is following your happy thoughts and achieving the things that you do want by just being yourself. That's all you can do. Just be yourself. It's like owning yourself. I am who I am, and that's it. If people don't like it, bye. So you are going to receive greatness by just being yourself. Don't judge yourself on other people, but just basically do what the unicorn says. And nurture that aspect, because you are special. You just got to tap into that and realise it on a bigger scale. So now we've got number 9, September. Ooh, Keeper of Visions. Wow, this is quite good for this placement because it's in not only distant travel but also religion and spirituality kind of thing. So the Keeper of Visions is holding the vision of your spiritual side, and really connecting to how that almost like imagination can kind of take you forward. The salmon here does such a long journey, and it's like that spiritual warrior. So be a warrior and find that amazing action in doing that. It is so hard for the salmon to go upstream all the time, long distances. It's just incredible where they take themselves. So for you, this is the long distance travel. So maybe you can long distance travel in your mind, in your intuition, in your journey of realigning back to that spiritual centre. Yeah. So anything you kind of wish for in this particular month, if you put your heart's desire into it, then you definitely can bring that about. So it's very much in keeping with the other card, and those two, I think these 2 months are very good together. It's like things are coming if you're emotionally attached, emotionally sort of give to yourself. So very giving, very loving, very nurturing. So paying attention to what you give to yourself, that comes back to other people as well. So it's very much in a way like the 6 of Pentacles. You know, what you give to yourself and the world is coming back and forth, and it's just that whole energy is mixing and giving in a great aspect. I like it. True, we've got a unicorn of truth. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. Truth. So really connect to questions perhaps about all sorts of aspects of yourself, but yeah, especially to do with spirituality. But yeah, it's almost like just use your own, whatever your little aspect of who you are and what you think, and just go with it, you know, because that is your truth. So, but everything else on a mundane level is true. It's like this is going to be opposite number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. which was what you were aiming for. So that is also true. So what you aim for in this month, the April, it is going to be on mark. So really pay attention to focusing and aspiring on mark in the centre. So yeah, so I did mention centre. So aim very, very precisely, and that will find its mark. Yay! So I like number 10. Wherever we are, August, October. So this is interesting. We have 7 of Visions. Yeah, that's what we think of that. Oh yay! So October is the 7 of Visions. So maybe we're getting back into, you work so hard here, really building yourself up, and then it's like, is this all too much? So that's why it's best to go here, be yourself. It's true how you believe in yourself. So make sure the reality of the situation's there. Everything is within you and the possibilities, but kind of look at one thing at a time. If we look at the 7 of the 7th month, how that was the relationships, and the 10 of Wands is there with the too much oppression. We have to look at relationships in general down here as well, which was good. So paying attention about what you communicate is very important, and how you communicate in relationships in general, and that means your own relationship to yourself, because we don't want miscommunication in any shape or form. If we tell, oh, it's not happening, it's supposed to be happening, I'm not good enough, and why isn't this happening? These are negative. It's a disillusionment. So make sure you connect and don't overtire yourself in the negativity. We all do it. It's just human nature. We can't help it, whatever. So yeah, 7 of Visions is about, you do have everything, but just look at one thing at a time. It's like this is in the pond of, you need to pick one out and go, yeah. So, and it's also, again, about focusing on the one thing. If you focus on one thing, get that right, then that is a pattern, and then you can do the next thing and focus on that instead of having everything all at once. It's like a reading for me, isn't it? Right, okay, so, interesting. So this is the unicorn of brothers and sisters. So maybe it's how your sister sees you in this particular month, to get along with others, see the love and the best within them. So all our brothers and sisters could be your tarot community people, and it is in the 10th house of reputation. So the people that you have a really good kind of affinity to, your blood relations, or your soul tribe, as you call them, that they are there, very special to you. So it's like, yeah, make a connection to that kind of aspect is going to help. You know what I mean? So choose perhaps one community that's going to be really, really solid for yourself. But yeah, they're there. Paying attention to them is really, really good. But yeah, brothers and sisters, you can always, I was going to say, you can always rely on them. But those people you know are your brothers and sisters. You can rely on them as a good family. So yeah, that's important, having a look at that. That's nice. Right, we're in the 11th month now. Whoa. 7 of Challenges. Oh yeah. So maybe this is a challenge to actually physically be with friends. That this is all about friendships and things like that. So November, well, we're getting back to winter, whatever. So November is a harsh time to really see on a mental level what it is that you perhaps want to get rid of, and what you kind of really want to solidly look at to improve. So certain things may go by the wayside. So have a look at that, what's no longer applicable in the 11th house. Sometimes it's can be about little things that don't move with you. It's very important on that growth. This card here, the Keeper of Visions in the kind of religious, spiritual connection, to have a connection. So people who aren't understanding you, or where you're going, or what you believe in to process, then yeah, maybe it's time to go, right, okay, that's okay, you be there, I'll be here, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. So also, oh, what a beautiful card. I've not seen this one before, or it hasn't come up in readings. We've got the Unicorn of Share, which is very interesting in the 11th house, or the 11th month. When you share, everyone feels happy, but you have to share those things that are applicable. So if they're not, then be clever and don't share it, but only share what's valuable. We're going back to here with the communication, so only share what's valuable. So it's like, if anything's untruthful, you don't have to share it. So, but sharing the goodness within friends and real friends is very, very essential. So you got the little fairy on the unicorn. Oh, sweet. Oh, that's a great card to actually have in the 11th house and in the 11th month. December, nearly your birthday again. So we've got the 5 of Spells. So the 5 of Spells in December is sorting things out, getting things right, kind of just playing around, sorting things out. So it's quite funny when we get these elements of like the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Wands coming up to the end of the year. It's not majorly a disaster, it's just sorting out, and that's a great thing to do, especially between people that are valuable and people who are just, you know, a pain, or situations that can be a pain. So we have to learn kind of to sort things out and stand up for ourselves. If you believe that you're this type of person now by the end of the year, then standing up for it is your right, absolutely. So you can see here this little wizard, he's getting these little spells wrong, or just trying to learn them. So it's a process that we need to learn, and learning experiences on the cards. And December's always a challenging time, coming up to Christmas again, an all new year and the process. So sorting things out is always a challenge. Right, and the unicorn for that is water. Drink more water, eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. So yeah, little reminder to pay attention to the life-giving force of water. Also emotions, so maybe we have to sort out our emotions within this particular month. Always a difficult month, can be going into, because it is spilling into the new year. If you look at the end of December going into January, that is difficult. So sorting out the emotions surrounding you know, those aspects of family and whatnot, of past and that. So water is always flowing, hopefully. Always flow the water in the right direction, and you can't go wrong with that. So that's the year ahead. So in conclusion about the year ahead, so we're picking up, hopefully, that communication to yourself more than anything is vitally important. Aiming to grow financially and spiritually is also very much here. And with the newness down here in the summer, it's about that completion of how you've seen yourself and growing into and developing into something more. So sometimes it does take courage at the beginning of the year, of the 9 of spells, of protecting yourself. So this is important when we're going through certain things, and many people kind of see a change and they see it as negative, but it's actually empowering yourself and being assertive to stand up for who you are is very important. So it's like it's very much about, don't overburn yourself over here, and don't take away pain and also trauma and things of disbelief about you and your circumstances in your life, because it's all, as you know, happens for this progression of, you know, sometimes this is painful, moving through a hard journey, but just remember the community of your brothers and sisters is very, very important, and that's not an illusion. It is actually a fact. There is always someone that is very much alike and on the same journey. We're all individuals, obviously, but sometimes we do have that compassion and empathy for people who have gone through similar circumstances and come out smiling, because at the end of the day, it is always the opinion that we think of ourselves, because it doesn't matter how many people on the outside say, oh, you're fantastic, you're this, you're that, I love you and all that. If we don't do that ourselves, then it's not true. It's not true, because we're in our own head, our own heart, and that's the top and bottom of it, literally, top and bottom. So yeah, so does that make sense? So I hope you've enjoyed this little run around of the months and the houses simultaneously, and yeah, just believe in the unicorns of belief, and yeah, happy birthday. I don't know if you're going to see this on your birthday or not, you're probably very busy, but hey ho. So thank you for being the wonderful unicorn person you are. Lots of love, Mellie, and we'll see you again soon. Yay!